How do you get your camera super close down to the ground without using a ball head and only a Platypod Extreme? I'm going to show you on today's episode of Ask the Platypod Expert. Hey everybody, here I am answering your photography questions right here on Platypod TV. If you've got a photo question, you certainly know what to do by now. Leave a comment in the comment section below and I just might pick your question for a future show. Of course, if you want to stay in touch, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also sign up to our newsletter over on platypod.com. Make sure you check it out after you watch this episode, of course. Okay, today's question was sent in by David B, and he wants to know, hey Kersten, I've seen your low angle video. That's how I've been shooting my stage remotes for years. But I'd love to find a way to get my camera even lower. I can mount it directly on the Platypod Extreme, but then can't spin it to face the right way. It really makes a difference to have the camera on the ground versus 3 to 4 inches up on a ball head. Thanks, David, for sending in that question. I really appreciate it. And that's quite a common issue when you're trying to get your camera as close to the ground as possible. Typically, you would mount a ball head like the Platypod Elite or the Traveler onto the Extreme with your camera on top, raising your camera up anywhere between 3 to 7 inches off the ground. While that's low enough for most occasions, there might be a situation where you need to get even lower. Maybe when positioning remote cameras at the concerts like David, or for some high-impact portraits like this one. Now, we can't actually mount the camera directly to the Extreme because of the difference in thread size between the 3/8-inch screw on the Platypod and the smaller thread on your camera. But we could use a converter like the Platypod disc here. The problem is that once we've tightened the camera, we won't have any control over which direction it is pointing without loosening the connection again. So, is there a way around that? And the answer is, yes, there is. Here's how it works. All you need is a D-ring, like this one that I had lying around in my studio. Insert the D-ring into the central unthreaded hole in the Extreme and screw it into the tripod mount of your camera. Rotate the spikes out so you get a solid footing depending on what surface you're photographing on. Now you have full control over which direction your camera is pointing. And you can make sure it's nice and tight right on your Platypod. Since you're not using a ball head in this setup at all, you can use the spiked feet to change the angle if you need to. Okay, here's a brief run through of how I created this self-portrait using this D-ring Platypod setup. For the main key light, I'm using a Godox 8400 Pro and an 85cm octabox at roughly a 45-degree angle. I have no idea what 85 centimeters are in inches. You're going to have to use the Google machine to find that out. To bounce some light back into the shadow side, I'm using a silver reflector with a diffuser in front of it, opposite the key light. That creates a bounce somewhere between a silver and a white reflector, and I totally dig that. I also like to bring in a kicker to create some additional highlights on the hat and the top edge of the chair. So I've positioned a small strip box powered by a Godox 8200 Pro on the opposite side of the key light above my head and slightly behind. My camera setup for this shot consists of my Nikon Z8 with a 24 to 70mm zoom lens. This gives me the right blend of wide angle and background compression. So David, I hope this answers your question, and don't forget you can comment below to send in your own questions for a future episode. And there you have it, folks. I hope this video gave you some ideas and inspired you to create some super low angle shots of your own. If you want to learn more about photography, check out my podcast, the Camera Shake Podcast, where I've talked to pros like David Berkman in detail about how they create their amazing images. And if you're not yet following the Camera Shake Podcast, then what on earth are you doing? Check it out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever awesome podcasts live. You'll find all the links in the description below. As always, take a snapshot of your setup or share your final shots on Instagram. If you've been experimenting with Platypod gear or try out the setups we've discussed today, I want to see your creations. Make sure you tag Platypod on Instagram and use the hashtag #PostMyPlatypod. And if you like this video, we have a button specifically for you right here. Join the community over on Facebook to see what other Platypod users are up to, and ring the bell so you don't miss our regular videos. That, my friends, is all for today. Keep creating, and I'll see you next time.